Okay, first of all, we are gonna log into classroom.github.com. Once you sign in, you are gonna see the classrooms you have. If you don't have any yet, then you can create one by either clicking new classroom or the plus sign here. To be able to create a classroom, you need to create an organization. Let's create one. Let's give it a name. Where is it? Uni. Okay, it's available. We are gonna write our email address. And we are gonna say it's our personal account, and we are gonna verify that we are not a robot. Okay, once we verify our account, the organization will be created. Now that our organization is ready, we can click on organization and create our classroom. So let's give it a name. As a uni CS201. That's the name of the classroom. Let's create the classroom. Okay, you can invite TAs here, or you can ask them to join using that URL. I'm skipping this for now. You can also add students from your learning management systems, such as Moodle or other LMS systems. I'm skipping that for now also. Now our classroom is ready. We can create our assignments. Let's create an assignment. Okay, to be able to create an assignment, we will need to create some template repository in our organization. Let's do that first. Okay, I'm gonna open my organization. I log into my GitHub account, and from here I click on your organizations. I click on my organization. Then I'll create a new repository here and give it a name. This repository will be used in my first homework, so I'm gonna name it homework 1. I don't give it a description, it's a private, and I'm creating the repository. To be able to create assignment, your repository should have starter code. Let's add that starter code to our repository. So I click on uploading an existing file link here, and I'm gonna choose files that I already created. So I'm choosing all of these files. These are the starter codes for students. So it's uploading the files. Once the uploading is finished, I'm gonna commit all the changes. Okay, it's now uploading. It may take time depending on your internet speed. Okay, now all the files are ready. I'll just commit the changes. Okay, now our repository is available. Let's make it template because the assignment requires you to have a template repository. So on the settings tab, you can just select make it template repository. Now you're ready to go. We created our template repository under our organization. So I go back to my assignment step. So I'll give a title to my assignment. So this will be first assignment. So this will be homework 1. I don't give it a deadline. It's individual assignment. I make it private, and I grant students admin access. So I continue. Now the assignment is almost ready. So we need to select the repository that we created as a template repository. It was özü uni homework 1. Okay, I selected it. I don't want to provide an online integrated development environment. Then I say continue. Okay, now the assignment is ready. We just need to add test cases to that assignment. We provided the starter code by selecting that repository, template repository. So let's add a test. My test will be input-output test. I will check the output of an algorithm. Let's give it the name test1. Setup command is optional. You can specify here the compile command if you wish, but instead of writing them individually here, so here you may write the compilation code, and here you may run the run command after you created the executable file. Instead, I created a make file inside the starter code. Let's see that. Okay, open the code and go to make file. Inside make file, I made 4 entries for each of the test cases that I want to test. So here basically I say for test 1, you need to create a.out executable. So to create a.out executable, you say here that you have to run that command. So once you run that command, a.out executable will be ready. Once it is ready, you use that executable and run that executable, providing it the input text file here, which is resided inside our template repository. Okay, for each of the cases I provided necessary code to run. So on the test case, I just say make test 1. So test 1 was inside my make file. So when I say make test 1, it will compile source files and it will run the executable for me. So I already provided the input. So what I expect from the first test run is the output to have to include 503. So I say that in expected output contains 503 as a result. So from here I say included, and if you want to give timeout for running your code, you can specify it here. I don't provide 10 minutes is enough, so I just let it as it is. So points, I will create 4 test cases, so each of them will be 25 points. And when I say save test case, my first test case is ready. So I will create all those 4 test cases, and then I will create the assignment. So let's say test 2, run command make test 2, expected output 1436, 25 points. Another test case, okay. All right, let's just change that. Okay, all test cases are ready now. So I say create assignment, but before that you can enable feedback pull requests. Uh, this is what you where you want to interact with the student by providing them some feedbacks. If you enable that, your feedbacks will be pushed to the students repository. So I enable it, so and then say I create assignment. Okay, now our assignment is ready for homework 1. So all you need to do is give that link to the students. You will provide that to students, and students will download that repository. They have to log into that repository, and they can upload their own source files to that repository. For each student, a repository will be created, and once they upload their source files to that repository, the test cases will run automatically. So I will record another video for that. So that's all for that video.